Welcome to Review Nation. It has been 5 months since I've done a tier ranking list. So this list is completely subjective. It's a bit of fun as well, a bit of fun on the channel. Today we're going to do metal bands. I in fact know all these bands that are in fact listed. We're going to rank 50 bands from the best to worst. Purely in my opinion, what I want you guys to do also is comment below, play along at home, rank your 50 bands from the best to worst as well. Okay, so let's get on with it. So the first band we got is Bullet for My Valentine. Really do enjoy their stuff. I think they're a pretty good band in my opinion, but if I had to be critical, I would have to put them in B. So I'll put them in B tier. Next is Anthrax. Anthrax, one of the bands of the big four. I do enjoy their stuff. They are so entertaining live. I love watching them live, and the singer is just an absolute fucking madman. But they're a pretty fun band, so I'm gonna put them in B. Alright, so we got Cannibal Corpse. Cannibal Corpse is a death metal band, a brutal death metal band. Really love The Bleeding, a fantastic album that is very catchy. Like, this band has catchy hooks. I love how brutal some of these songs are, but man, I'm probably going to put it in a B as well, which will drop Bullet for My Valentine down to a C now. So the next band is, well, a lot of people are going to hate me, but Deftones. I fucking can't stand this band, to be honest. I think they're shit. You will never see a review of a Deftones album on this channel because I just can't stand the band. They say Deftones is one of the best bands of all time. Absolute bullshit. Because I've heard all their albums and I thought they're absolute trash. So that's going in E. Alright, so then we got Nightwish. Bit of controversy here. I absolutely adore Nightwish. I love all eras. I love Talia, I love Annette, and also love Floor. You know what? It's a solid band. I think Thomas is a great composer with their music. So in this case, I'm going to put them with Cannibal Corpse and Anthrax, and that is in B tier. Alright, so now we got Cattle Decapitation. Cattle Decapitation is a grindcore elements of death metal at times. Really enjoy their music. Their last album, Death Atlas, really cool album. And I love all their stuff apart from their first album, which is absolutely trash. But Cattle Decapitation is a pretty consistent band. So for that, I'm going to put them in C. Alright, so then we got one of the big bands, and Pantera, man. Pantera, I've really grown to really enjoy Pantera. I think they're a fantastic band. Pantera is going to be the first S, because Pantera is going to be the first S. Absolutely adore the band. I love Phil's vocals, love Dimebag's guitar work, not to mention how heavy albums are, such The Great Southern Trendkill is one of my favorite Pantera albums. Absolutely adore this band. So Pantera goes into S tier. So then we got Five Finger Death Punch. Really adored Five Finger Death Punch once, but then I moved on. I moved on to greater music, and to be honest, Five Finger Death Punch are a below average band. They really are. I prefer to listen to Bullet for My Valentine, Cattle Decapitation, Cannibal Corpse, Nightwish, other than Five Finger Death Punch. So Five Finger Death Punch goes into D tier. Not really into the bro bands, to be honest now. And that's like Limp Bizkit as well, which is also on this list. So that'll probably join. That'll probably join Five Finger Death Punch. It's Limp Bizkit. Limp Bizkit and Five Finger Death Punch are very fun live. Limp Bizkit's very fun live. Fred Durst is such a character live. But in all honesty, their music doesn't do much for me because I just feel that Korn is hell of a lot better than Limp Bizkit. That's why Korn's going in B tier. Korn are one of my favorite bands of all time. As I've been exploring more music, more genres in metal, finding Korn is still in the B tier, but it could possibly drop to C tier because of how good some of these bands are. I love all their albums apart from Path of Totality, which is a piece of shit that deserves to be thrown into the garbage and burnt. Coming up next is Judas Priest, which again is a band that I really do enjoy. I don't go out of my way to listen to them. I saw them at Download a few years ago and I thought they were fucking fantastic. Rob Halford's vocals are so damn dynamic. I love his high falsetto range. Might trigger some people, but I'm going to put him in B tier. So then we got Machine Head. Machine Head were absolutely fantastic band during the days. but their albums have gradually gotten shittier and shittier. Not to mention their abysmal album, Catharsis. What an abysmal abomination that was. I do really enjoy the older albums. The last two albums have been not on the par of what Machine Head is capable of. So Machine Head, I will probably put them in the middle. Alright, so then we got Linkin Park, a band that I absolutely adore. They were one of my favorite bands once, but you know what? I've explored more music, and I feel that Linkin Park are right up with... I feel that Linkin Park's in C tier, to be honest. They are. Chester Bennington's vocals are so good, angelic at times. He's got an amazing screams. Interesting band overall. Incorporate elements of new metal. Feel that they slowly declined throughout their career. And not to mention The Hunting Party is one of the best albums by Linkin Park. But when we went to One More Light, it was more pop. Everyone says this is a great album now, but before Chester Bennington died, they all crapped on it. And One More Light's a good album in my opinion, great pop album. But yeah, Linkin Park sitting on a C right now. Ghost is the next band, which I thoroughly enjoy now. I used to hate Ghost. I thought they weren't very good. My mate just said, listen to Ghost, and I fell in love with them. I think they're a fantastic band, and that's why they're going to A tier, because I prefer Ghost than any of the other bands in my opinion. We get to Avenged Sevenfold. Avenged Sevenfold, another great band. I love this band, but I can't really get into the first album, to be honest. I tried to listen to the first album, and I just can't get into it. But from Waking to Falling up to The Stage, I can really get into, absolutely adore their music. I really do, and that's why they're going up to A. It's no surprise if you're a fan on this channel, you know Slipknot's going into S. I absolutely adore this band. It's funny, it's all red. You know what? Slipknot were definitely inspired by Pantera, in my opinion. Love these two bands. I even got a tattoo of Slipknot. I can't really show you because I got long sleeves. Alright, so now we move on to Metallica. Metallica, interesting career. I love their first 5 albums, to be honest. But the rest, it's a hit or miss for me. So, Metallica, I'm going to put in the B. Controversial. But yeah, Metallica, I love the first 5 albums, even like the Black Album, but after that, yeah, you can give and take the albums. So then we got Pestilence, a very enjoyable death metal band that I'm starting to get into, and I think they're better than a lot of other bands on this list. And for Pestilence, B tier, enjoyable band they are, like a Consuming Impulse, fantastic death metal album, along with Testimony of the Ancients. How good is that death metal album? Fantastic fucking band. So then we move on to Ahab. Without hesitation, is going in S. Absolutely adore this band. They're a funeral doom metal band, and they are one of my favorite bands of all time. The dread that comes out of their music, the doom and gloom as well. If you like doom, you're gonna love Ahab. I love his vocals. I love the guitars. So good. Alright, then we got Threshold, a band that I've recently gotten into, and I think they are a fantastic progressive metal band. Sound very similar to Symphony X, Dream Theater, Fate's Warning. But Threshold, man, are a fantastic underrated prog metal band, and that's why they're going into A, because I think some of their songs are so damn catchy. They're melodic as well, mainly clean vocals, apart from The Reckoning, which incorporates harsher vocals. This band is so good, but in my opinion, they're not on the S tier. Got Disturbed. Disturbed, one of my childhood bands. I prefer Disturbed over Korn. They're going in B tier because they produced a shitty album called Evolution a few years back, and it was one of the worst albums, but all the other stuff is absolutely fantastic. You got 10,000 Fists, Believe, The Asylum, all great albums by Disturbed. Then we got Behemoth. Without hesitation, man, Behemoth goes to S. Nurgle was such an entertaining frontman, he really is. I love his vocals, I love how dark it is. Cradle of Filth, I really enjoy Cradle of Filth, I really do. A lot of people would have him in C or D, but you know what, I'm gonna put him in A tier. I'm gonna put them in A tier, but I think Cradle of Filth are a magnificent band. You know what? No, fuck it. I'm gonna put up to S tier. You can hate all you want. I love all the albums apart from Manticore, which is a shitty album that they shouldn't have made. Apart from that, I think all the albums are absolutely fantastic. We move on to Catatonia. Instant S. I adore all their albums down to December, Brave Murder Day, Viva Emptiness, even their new album, City Barrels. And I think they're close to a perfect band in my opinion. So yeah, Catatonia goes into S. Another S band, which is Opeth, of course. That's a very easy decision in my opinion. Easy in S because they are such an innovative band. I absolutely love how proggy they are at times. Brutal and heavy they are as well. They were from black metal, death metal, and prog metal. And an absolutely incredible band. I love Opeth. Then we got Paradise Lost. So I've really enjoyed Paradise Lost as well. But they have had a few hit and miss albums. There's some albums that are perfect and some albums that are like meh. So Paradise Lost, I'm gonna feature in probably, I'm gonna go to A. I'm going to go to A because I really enjoy his vocals. Harsh and aggressive they are at times, but so clean as well. I'm really looking forward to the new album Obsidian. We got Iron Maiden, which instantly goes into S. Better than Judas Priest in my opinion. Better than Metallica. Love all eras of Iron Maiden. I heard all their albums and I think they are all fantastic apart from one album, which you will see a review for. Overall stellar heavy metal band. We got Marilyn Manson. I used to love Marilyn Manson, I really did. I've explored better music. I think Marilyn Manson's gonna drop to a D. It's very hard for me now because I don't want to listen to Marilyn Manson anymore, even though I know like all his albums and like know all his songs. It was a childhood band, but when I saw him in 2015, after he was absolutely stoned out of his rock and he couldn't even stand up, I just lost respect for him. I really did. We got Halloween next. Halloween, a great power metal band. Really do enjoy them. I've had many different vocalists over the years. I'm going to provide a few album reviews for Halloween over the next few months as well. But at the moment, I'm really enjoying them. I've heard all their albums. All their albums are pretty good in my opinion. They really are. So that's why they're going into B. B tier. I really enjoy this band. We go into Death. Easy goes up to S. They are a perfect death metal band in my opinion. Chuck's vocals are just so damn amazing. Overall, the band itself is such a tight, cohesive package. We got Parkway Drive next. Probably the only metalcore band out of this whole damn tier list. I love Parkway Drive. That's why they're going into A. Yes, Parkway Drive, one of my favourite bands of all time. Seen them about 4 times. Love Winston's vocals. But yeah, I prefer to listen to Parkway Drive out of all those other B, C, D, and E tiers. Alright, then we got Blind Guardian. Blind Guardian, a band I'm recently getting into at the moment. So they are going into A tier. It's getting pretty crowded here. Then we got Dark Throne. Can't really rank this to be honest. I've heard about 4 albums by them and they're all really good in my opinion. I've heard Transylvania Hunger, I've heard the Old Star as well, I've heard another album and at the moment they're really good. So I'm going to create another tier. It's going to be called Not Sure. Really do enjoy this band at the moment, but I'm going to put them Not Sure. They're a hell of a lot better than Deftones, that's for sure. We got Dream Theater next, no surprise, and it's going into S tier. Easy S tier. They're one of the best progressive metal bands out there. They're amazing. Bolt Thrower, which easily goes into A. Their riffs are so damn catchy. They're a death metal band. His vocals as well, so damn demonic. First they were grindcore, then they went to death metal, but their albums are so damn catchy. The melody gets stuck in your head. They're like riff kings. They're amazing. Then we go to Steel Panther, which easily goes into E tier, along with Deftones. One of the worst parody metal bands I have heard. I used to really enjoy them, and I thought they were really interesting. But as I explored more bands, I started to really lose interest in Steel Panther. And now I don't really like them after their last album. So yeah, they go into E tier. We got Slayer. Slayer will go into A. I feel that there are other better bands than Slayer in my opinion, like the S tier bands, which I will have to drop Cradle of Filth now, to be honest. I'm going to drop Cradle of Filth. The S tier is starting to really crowd because there are just so many good bands that on the list. So we got Ginger. It's going to go in C. I think they really are a good band, but some of these songs don't really gravitate towards me. But like, you got songs like Retrospection, which has an amazing guitar riff, but I feel that sometimes they lack a little direction. We got Swallow the Sun next, and Swallow the Sun easily goes into S. I absolutely adore this band. I think they're one of the best discoveries I have ever found. They're an awesome doom metal band, and they are so damn good. When we go to Imperium Denkenders, they are, I think, a German black metal band. Their albums are so damn good in my opinion. They really are. Amazing vocals, at times some symphonic elements, but they really mix some acoustics as well. So all the albums are just like 10 out of 10s. But in this case, I'm going to put them in A tier because they're really a fun band. So we got Lamb of God next. Lamb of God was my childhood band. I really do enjoy them. Some of the albums I can't really gravitate towards, to be honest. Basically like the new stuff. I am really enjoying their singles at the moment, but at the moment Lamb of God goes into C. Don't get me wrong, all of these bands from S to C are just really hard, and most of my favorite bands, it's really hard to rank your favorite bands. We got Mayhem next. Mayhem's going to go into B, in my opinion. Mayhem will go into B. I think Mayhem are a really cool band. Like, their first album, De Mysteriis Don Satanas, is absolutely a fantastic album. I love the history of it. But there are some albums like The Grand Declaration of Day, which is sort of avant-garde black metal. And then you got an amazing album like Chimera. Not so good album like Esoteric Warfare. But then you got an amazing album like Daemon. They're at times inconsistent, Mayhem. That's why they're in B, but I still love them. We go to Megadeth. And Megadeth is controversial. My least favorite thrash metal band. But I still really enjoy their stuff. Oh, this is hard. I'm going to drop Anthrax to C, drop Nightwish to C as well. I'm going to put Megadeth to B. I know, this is a really hard ranking, but it's fun. It's really good fun to do this. I think Megadeth are a really good band in my opinion. There are some albums that I can't really gravitate towards me, but I really enjoy the later stuff like 13. Peace Sells Who's Buying is a really good album as well. But yeah, then we got Mgla. Fantastic band. They really are. You know what, I'm going to drop Parkway Drive to B now. And I will probably drop Paradise Lost to B as well. And move Mgla up to A. Mgla are a fantastic black and death metal band. At times, black metal. Just a brilliant band. They really are. So B tier is basically all full now. We got Balfour Gore, which easily goes into E. One of the worst black metal bands out there. I don't really enjoy the Balfour Gore. I think all the albums are trash, to be honest. The Last Supper was the most horrible thing I've ever heard in my life. So yeah, I don't really enjoy Balfour Gore. I feel there are so many other black metal bands that are better than Balfour Gore, to be honest. We got Black Sabbath, which come on man, goes easily into S tier. I absolutely adore Black Sabbath. I really do. Tony Iommi is so good at melody. I love the Ozzy era, love the Dio era, love the Ian Gillan era, love the Glenn Hughes era. I love the Tony Martin era. Overall, Black Sabbath is like the perfect band. I absolutely love Black Sabbath. We go on to Rammstein. Oh, I'm going to put Rammstein in B tier. Love the industrial feel. Not really a big fan of industrial metal. Rammstein's very different. I just love his vocals, love Till's vocals. I love how controversial Rammstein are as well. But they are such a fun fucking band. Drowning Pool aren't very good in my opinion. I know all their albums, like The Bodies is definitely the most popular song. Sure, they got some melodic songs, but I just feel they're a pretty generic band, and that's why they were going in E. Wintersun easily goes into B tier as well. Great band. I love all their music. Yari's vocals are so damn good. So damn good. But I just feel that the other bands above are a lot better than Wintersun. And finally, we got a Now Nathrak. It's going to be controversial, but easily going to S. Oh yeah, baby. And Now Nathrak easily goes into S. They're such a creative band, and Now Nathrak. The riffs, chaos as well. This is like the only band that is so damn addicted. I prefer to listen to Now Nathrak than a lot of these bands mentioned, to be honest. Even bands in S tier, apart from Dream Theater. And Now Nathrak are so damn different. They're such a different band, and that's why they go into S tier. You guys will probably have a Now Nathrak like an E tier because they sound horrible. Just listen to an album and you'll understand why it's an S tier. Didn't like them at first, but now they're up in S tier, and I think they deserve to be an S tier, and that's basically my opinion. Well, remember, this list is completely subjective, and I want you guys to play along at home as well. Rank all these bands in the comments below. It's always fun to see other people's bands ranked. You could have Ghost in E, you could have Pantera in D, or you could have Korn in S, or even now Nathrak in E. I'm pretty happy with my ranking, to be honest. Bye. It's nice to have fun now and again, and I will see you in the next one.